I've been thinking, and as a result of the thinking, I've been feeling more and more into what I can interpret or trace as a tenant that seems to be the root of the majority or the a lot of the discomfort that I see in these uprisings and political movements, and I might be a little bit arrogant and bold here to say what I'm about to say, but and I'm hesitant to say it. It's dissension or alternate opinions or differing ideas seem to be um, unfavorable at this time, and the consequences are that I've felt and experienced are um, less appealing than it's almost easier just to be quiet. Leave it. Hey, leave it. Good boy. Leave it. Good boy. Good dog. So there's this like seamless endless scream present in much of today's society, be it the COVID scream on either side of the polarization, the Black Lives Matter, the Me Too, the climate change. And they all have their own nuances and their message, and I see validity and hold their importance as necessary. At the same time, what's the scream saying? And as well as it'll include the identity scream, and I can own my privilege and orientation and all of that stuff and race, if that was at all important, other than it isn't. But that's later, or not now, not important in this moment. The scream is saying, I want you to care about me. It's not complicated. Why do we scream? Because something hurts or something scares us. Or, I guess in some places, ecstasy. But So something hurts, or something scares us, and maybe even what scares us hurts, or what hurts scares us. But and it's this like really interesting thing that I've had to come to grips with on my journey, which is like I don't see an abundance of care. I don't really see caring very often at all. And so we can do this dance of polarization where on one side it's like scream, 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 this hurts, and the other side's like scream, 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 whatever they're saying, this hurts, or I'm scared, or and no one's listening. Or who's listening? And it's funny in a lot of ways if you take the time to look at life through a very particular lens. But that's like when in the history of at least humankind, that at least in, I don't know, I don't know how many millions of years or thousands of years or whatever, has there been a time where it was like, hey, I feel in my body, and my body says I care about you, and the other is like, hey, you know what, I feel in my body too, and my body says I care about you as well. You know, you can do your research and all that stuff, and you can look back, but like, and there possibly there were certain cultures at different times that had more heart, and I don't know about those times, and I don't, I'm not. But if you look at what we humans have done, it's quite an interesting thing, you know, to look at the land we live on, to look at the oceans we breathe off of and feed off of, and like the land and the oceans and the water is like, hey, do you care about me? Because I don't know if you do. Like, do you feel into your heart when you open that plastic container of salad? You go, hey, wow, thank you to all of them dinosaurs and all of them life forms and all of them chemicals and all of them resources that were required to make this piece of plastic. You're like, and then the grocery, like, I mean, the lettuce, sorry, or this whatever salad it is, do you think about the greenhouses in which this was grown in, and the fertilizers and the pesticides and the herbicides and the fungicides, and they may not be used, I don't know, maybe you're buying organic and maybe you buy your stuff at the, at the market, but how did you get to the market? Did you walk there? on bare feet in your shoes? Did you use money? See, the thing is, no one's separate. We're all in it. I'm part of it. I mean, there might be a few that aren't, and there's outliers, and you might feel good about yourself and the minimal footprint that you leave, but you know, I'm not sure if what is required is a smaller footprint, like, or the, you know, the thought process behind, okay, I need to make a smaller footprint. I wonder if you can actually feel into your heart and come from it. And it doesn't really matter where it comes from, I guess, but it can get moralistic and in your mind about good or bad, right or wrong, which leaves out the whole point of it for me, which is the felt experience of it. What would it be like to just shut the fuck up and listen? And ask yourself, what right do I have to make myself more important than everything else around me? What right do I have to come at a cost to this world, to the people that I come across, to the vegetation I trample, blah, 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 blah? What right do I have? There's a lot muddled up in what I've shared. There's a lot of places to look at. There's a call to action, which predominantly is a call to non action. Hey, good boy. And there's a really deep philosophical question in my mind, which is, if this hypothesis is accurate, hey, get out of there, buddy. No swimming. Good boy. Hey, come on. Good boy. Oh, you're a good dog. What makes you, or what makes anyone so much more important than anyone else that they think that they deserve to be cared about? Why should you be bestowed with caring? very few are and very little is. What makes you so special? And beyond that, if you are that special, hey, get out of there. Come on. Easy, easy, young fella. Come here. Come here. Do you genuinely care about others? Are you that special that when others can't care for you, can you care for them? Can you find it in your heart to love past your wounds, past your trauma, past your drama, through it all, and say or feel, thank you, I love you, I'm sorry, and please forgive me.